Light the fuse.
Light the fuse.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it. I'm so excited. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Buddy. I'm your host, Josh Blumenkrantz, and today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do one of my favorite movies, Mission Impossible, but not just the first one. No, I'm doing Mission Impossible Up Until Dead Reckoning to get us hyped up for the new Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. That's right, I'm doing a Mission Impossible retrospective. Hard to believe that this franchise has been going on for 30 years, but Tom Cruise, man, is a legend. He is a gift to cinema. Just everything he's paved the way for over time, from 1996 up until now, and it's truly an achievement. And I'm excited to break down what I like about the franchise overall, some things that I don't like about it, and what I'm excited for the final reckoning. So, without further ado, let's do it. First up, we have Mission Impossible, the one that started it all. It came out in 1996, and basically Ethan Hunt's mentor, Jim, played by Jon Voight, is murdered, and Ethan's the one to blame for it. So Tommy Cruise, Ethan Hunt, he has to figure out what's going on. But the problem is his whole team gets murdered also. So he really is at a standstill here. So this movie was a product of its time. I did enjoy it on rewatch, but yeah, like you meet characters like you meet Luther, played by Ving Rhames, who's great. He's like a hacker. He helps Ethan try to track down who is the killer. But yeah, this is the first time you kind of see Ethan in action here. He's not really part of a big team just yet, but it's the origin story. He's a young agent. He's just trying to figure everything out, and it turns out that the mole is Jon Voight. It's Jim. He was the mole all along. So they have this crazy fight. Basically, they have a crazy train fight. There's like a kind of gum like explosive that he throws and he explodes, and Ethan Hunt comes out of it alive, of course. But it was a product of its time. I'm kind of glad they redid the train sequence in Dead Reckoning. I just thought that was just a better train sequence compared to this one. This was like cheesy. There was a helicopter. It was crazy, but I wasn't like that big of a fan of it. But overall, it's a good origin story. Of course, they have the Black Vault break-in, which is cool. We're going to see the same guy in the new Final Reckoning too, I believe. I mean, that was cool. Like he comes down from the ceiling, and he's just like, secret agent man. Like he's just getting down there, and it's just really cool. Like because back then it was just not that much of that happening, and it was all practical. It's cool. I mean, that's what he's known for. He's Tom Cruise, and he's Ethan Hunt, and that's what makes him a really cool secret agent. So, yep, that's pretty much my thoughts about Mission Impossible, the first one. And of course, we meet Kitteridge, who comes back later in Dead Reckoning, and he'll be in Final Reckoning as well. So more to come with that. But yeah, that's Mission Impossible. Next up is Mission Impossible 2. And this is definitely the least favorite film of the franchise. And after rewatching it, I stand by that, but it had a few good moments. I mean, one of them is literally him climbing a mountain with his like bare hands, super badass. And this movie's very cheesy. It's compared to the first one. Like it's bigger in scope with the stunts and scale. What else is good? Like it has him riding a motorcycle. I think for the first time, we get to see how Tom Cruise is with a motorcycle. Very skilled, pretty awesome. He has a relationship with Thandaway Newton's character, Ali. I think that's her name. Which is actually very good chemistry, but like we never see her again after this movie. So yeah, and just I don't know, the villain was not that threatening to me. It was just very over the top. There's also some like white doves that fly in, and then when he gets into the motorcycle, he has to put on the sunglasses because he's Tom Cruise. But like, I just wasn't gelling with this movie from beginning to end. I just had good moments, but I was kind of ultimately bored, and it shows that this franchise can get bigger with each one, but like needs a really good script, and this one was not. It just didn't have the it factor. So yeah, that's kind of what I think about Mission Impossible 2. I don't really have that much thoughts because like honestly, I just don't care for it that much. Good moments. I mean, it also had the really cool mask swap. I thought that was pretty interesting, but yeah, we can kind of skip over this. Next up, we have Mission Impossible 3, and I really, really enjoyed this one. This was such a big turning point for the franchise overall. It kind of brought it down to a more dramatic level instead of being too funny or too dramatic. It was like a nice, solid middle point, a little bit. So it's directed by J.J. Abrams, directorial debut. Can you believe that? And it kind of shows Ethan having more to care for. He has a wife played by Michelle Monaghan, and I love their relationship. It's great. It's very deep. I mean, the movie opens with her assumingly going to be shot by Philip Seymour Hoffman, who to this day is still the best villain of the franchise, as far as I know right now. Before seeing Final Reckoning, but yeah, it's probably going to be him in the long run. Philip Seymour Hoffman, he's a legend. But yeah, that whole countdown scene was terrifying. I really thought like Ethan was gonna lose her. And then you get introduced to Benji, Simon Pegg, in this movie. He's great. He's hilarious. He helps him out. Tom Cruise in this movie, he is just like so fit. He's like doing the big long run off of like the stairs and the roof and everything. Like it was like so cool. I love that long take. It was amazing. That was like peak running Cruise. So that was cool. Also, I liked Maggie Q's character. She was just a good like part of the team. I kind of wish she did come back, but she didn't. And I liked his relationship with Kerry Russell because like he was like a mentor to her, like a sister to him. And when she like died from the whole like brain bomb thing, that was pretty sad to see. So it's just like cool to have him care for different people and like see those relationships kind of get a little deeper. So kind of makes what who he is. But yeah, I mean, it's overall like the story. He's trying to find the rabbit's foot. Still don't know what the rabbit's foot is. I have no idea. What do you think it is? It's like a small thing that you can carry apparently, and it's a big deal. And there were really good people in this movie. Like you had Lawrence Fishburne, you had Billy Crudup in it too. His twist was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I really like this movie just because again, it's deep. It's about the emotions, and the story was a lot more solid. So it kind of set up the way for like how these movies go. And the stunts were really big, like the bridge running, like the bomb going off of the car. Yeah, just like there's like so many different things going on in this movie, and I love it. MI3, let's go. Next up, we have Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. That's right, it's MI4. They took away the numbers though. We're done with that. Now we're just going to titles. So yeah, this one was a lot better with the cameras. The cameras have improved massively. Directed by Brad Bird, and Ethan's got a pretty solid team going. Benji's back. You got Paula Patton introducing Jeremy Renner in this movie. It's a very solid team, and basically they are trying to figure out how to stop this like nuclear physicist who's trying to start like World War III. He's like German. And like Paul Patton was dating the agent who like got killed by Lee Sedoux's character. Just a lot of different variables going on in this. I wasn't a huge fan of the story on rewatch, to be honest. It was really good stunts though, like the Khalifa building. Oh my god, like the way he's like running up that building and swinging, and the gloves. Blue is glue, red is dead. All of that. Chef's kiss was great, especially in IMAX when you see it. I saw that in IMAX. It was amazing. But yeah, just like I really liked the team aspect of this movie. I really like seeing Ethan kind of take his actions to new heights, literally, and to new levels. Yeah, just overall, it was the really good potential for like where this franchise was like heading. It was just like in terms of cinema, like man, Tom Cruise can do anything, and that's when he decided like he was going to push it to the limit from here on in. So it's a good setup. I mean, it's a good like kind of going rogue, under the radar kind of situation. The IMF is basically disemboweled, so like they gotta figure out like how are they gonna make it through and take down who's ever setting them up. Things I didn't like, I kind of wish they brought Paula Patton back. I thought she had a really good chemistry with Tom Cruise, but I guess she had schedule conflicts. Also, there was like a big sandstorm run. While really cool, it just went on like way too long. I just thought it kind of like bogged the movie down just like a tad. There's also, yeah, the explosion. There's no way he could survive that explosion. I mean, he's Tom Cruise, but like, come on, that was a big explosion behind him in like freaking, I forget where it was, like Russia or Germany or something. I was like, this is crazy. So I just didn't buy that. But I mean, it's Mission Impossible. what do you expect? It's fine. But yeah, those were the only things I didn't really like about it, other than like the kind of villain and parts of the story. Hunt is the living manifestation of destiny. Alec Baldwin. Ah, man. Yes, we are now on Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, directed by Christopher McQuarrie. That's right. He's directing one of his first of 4 Mission Impossible films, and it's amazing. This is a fun one because like the whole IMF team, they are literally on the run. They are hiding. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Solomon Lane is the villain, and he's actually like I think the second best villain in this movie or series. Like he's very chilling. Sean Harris does a very good job with it. And the movie opens with even really a big stunt already. Is like Cruise is hanging on the side of a plane, and it's like taking off. He's on the side of the door. It's crazy. So cool. And Benji is like a field agent now. Like he's like taking on more action. The comedy between Ethan Hunt and Benji are great in the car. Like that car chase was great. And then of course you get introduced to Ilsa, an ex MI6 agent played by Rebecca Ferguson, and oh my god, she's amazing. They have such good chemistry, Ethan and Ilsa. Like they are the relationship that is pretty strong. Other than like Julia, I think Ilsa is such a great character. Like she has the skills, she has the beauty, everything. And I just really love the stunts in this movie. McQuarrie really knows how to use the camera, and for this being his first mission film, it's really good. Like there's a good motorcycle chase that just goes on, like very good long shots of that, so it's like Cruise on that motorcycle. And of course the famous underwater sequence, which we might get something that might top that later in the Final Reckoning. But the underwater sequence was really cool. He had to hold his breath for like 6 minutes. It's bananas. Like, oh my god. Like Rogue Nation is such a fun film, and there's so many cool characters in it. I do like Alec Baldwin's character in it too. He's kind of funny. And Jeremy Renner, this is the last we see of him in this movie. I guess he had scheduling conflicts, but what can you do? But yeah, this movie is fun. It's a good time, and I really enjoy it. They do capture Solomon Lane, and he does come back in the next one. But yeah, more to come with that. But yeah, this is Rogue Nation. All out for the Fallout. Yep. We're on Mission Impossible Fallout. And this is, I think, my favorite film out of the whole franchise. It's amazing. Like, McQuarrie really topped himself with this. He topped himself. Like, I just can't believe the amount of stunts, action, relationships, the crafts, all of it were fantastic in this movie. I was blown away. Okay, so the movie starts off with an amazing face swap that is just unreal. Like I did not see that coming with the news anchor being Simon Pegg, Benji. Like, oh my god, like just brilliant. And then what else? You also have the Luther getting shot. I was like, oh shit, is he going to be okay? But yeah, of course he's fine because like they're agents. That's what they do. But yeah, we start off with a big Halo jump, and this jump is like unreal. Him and Henry Cavill, just falling through the air. Of course, like it's probably not Henry Cavill falling, but Cruise is definitely skydiving, and it's crazy to see the commitment that he does for this. And then they get to the club. They have this cool bathroom fight that is just crazy. Like Henry Cavill pumps up his arms, and they're like fighting this guy, and like they kill the guy because Ilsa comes to save the day. And then they got to go meet with the White Widow, played by Vanessa Kirby, who's introducing this character, very sleek and beautiful. Like, oh my god, like it's just a very sexy, sleek movie. Really is. And they got to get the business done, and the exchanging of goods. And you got Sean Harris, who is back as Solomon Lane, and just that whole dynamic is just really fun to see. And of course, there's the looming threat because I guess Ethan has visions because he's like seeing Julia in danger by Solomon Lane. And sure enough, that's exactly what happens because like Solomon Lane escapes. You find out Henry Cavill's working with it. And of course, you're thinking like, oh, maybe he's working for Angela Bassett, the president, but like he's a double crosser. He's a double cross. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And then of course you have the fun run chase. Like Tom Cruise is like running on rooftops and stuff, and he broke his leg. making this scene, of course, and he comes back later and he's fine. It's just because he's Tom Cruise. He's like immortal, I guess. I don't know. Um, but yeah, like Henry Cavill and Cruise really go at it. It's just fun to see them fight. Especially when Cruise has to go fly a helicopter chase. This movie has everything. It's really wild. And of course, I did skip over the motorcycle chase too in Paris, going round and round by the Arc de Triomphe, which is pretty crazy. I don't know how he navigated through on, like, I don't know how many takes they did of that, but not many. It's a testament to how well trained Tom Cruise is as an actor for Ethan Hunt. Like, he really does the preparation. But getting back to the helicopter chase, that was wild. The cinematography is really cool. And then they do the final fights. The Hook gets Henry Cavill. He falls and dies. And they stop the bomb just in the nick of time. But yeah, Fallout, the score by Lauren Balfe is so good. I was blown away. Oh, man. Just the overall crafts of this movie are off the chain. Like, really. Like, cinematography, the score, the editing, man, the sound work, all of it is just like, whoo, Fallout. This is one of the best action films of all time. I love the relationship between Ilsa and Ethan in this. Like, just get together already. What are you doing? And like, Julia, I love their relationship too. It just sucks that she's married, but like, if they can't be together, then Ilsa has to be the one. But yes, that is Mission Impossible Fallout. Yeah, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, or Dead Reckoning Part 1, whatever you want to call it. But it's probably just Dead Reckoning. But yeah, anyway, this movie, I mean, nothing can top Fallout. I mean, that was such already a big achievement, but this one really tries. So the villain in this movie is AI, or the entity, is what you want to call it. But like, um, Asai Morales, he plays Gabriel. He's kind of like the Dark Messiah of the entity. So, and Ethan has met him in the past. He killed a former lover which basically set him up to be an IMF agent in the first place. We'll probably get more details about that in the final reckoning, I assume. But yeah, just like Ethan is like, trying to figure out how to get this key, the key that will unlock the entity and save everyone, I guess. And Ilsa has it, but there's like not one key, there's two, and they gotta go together in order to open up the submarine, which is introduced at the beginning of the movie. There's a lot of stuff going on in this movie. It's a very adventure, world traveling movie, which is what they intended. I really did enjoy it. It's not boring, at least, so that's good. Um, Gabriel as a villain, it's not that threatening. Maybe in the next one he will be, but for this one, I just was like, okay, sure. And I like that actor on Ozark, but it's fine. But anyway, getting back to Mission, I really like the stunts in this movie. Of course, you got him driving with Haley Atwell's character Grace, and she's a welcome addition. Although it kind of feels more like a replacement for Rebecca Ferguson's character, pretty much, because I guess she didn't want to really be in the franchise that much anymore, and I'm kind of sad about that. But yeah, that car chase was really cool. Like just going into the little yellow buggy, and then you're also introduced to a few other characters. Like you're introduced to Tarzan's character, Deegan, I believe is his name, and Shea Wiggum's character is really good too. They're both a funny pair trying to chase down Ethan Hunt and get him, but they never can get him. So you had the airport scene where you saw them running, and Ethan's just trying to catch Grace. He's just trying to catch Grace. Can't really catch her very well. And then anyway, after the car chase in Italy, they basically the team gets back together. Ilsa's there. They have a really good connections, kind of romantic, and then they got to the club where they're going to try to meet Gabriel and figure out like how to stop him and get the key and everything. And everything goes to hell. There's a big chase. Oh, and then of course I'm forgetting about Palm Clementive's character Paris, who is very good in her role. Very crazy, very French, very off the walls, and like just this whole chase with everybody between like Ethan and Ilsa and Grace and Deegan and Shea Wiggum's character, and like everybody, like they're just like running in the Venice like alleyways, which are freaking like a maze anyway to begin with. And there's so much chaos, and ultimately one person's gonna go and be sacrificed. we thought it was going to be either Haley Atwell or Rebecca Ferguson. It is Rebecca Ferguson. She gets stabbed by Gabriel with a dagger, even though she had a freaking sword and they're fighting on a bridge. I don't know how that happens. But yeah, she's dead, and it's very sad, but it feels very rushed. And I'm like, is she dead? It seems like she is dead, but I hope she's not. I want her to be alive, but who knows? Don't tell me in the comments. Do not. I'm probably going to turn off comments for this just for safety. But yeah, basically, they got to figure out how to get the other key. And in order to do that, they need to get on the train. And Grace has to go on the train. Ethan needs to figure out how to get on the train. What does he do? He freaking goes to the top on a motorcycle, jumps off the freaking like ledge on the motorcycle and dives, hang glides into the train. Really crazy. That's like the big stunt that we were all like, oh my God, he did this. It's wild. And he fights Gabriel on top of the train. That was cool. But the big stunt really to me was the actual train being destroyed itself, just going from compartment to compartment. It was freaking off the walls. It was wild. I don't know how they did all of that. It was nuts. But like, man, that's just the testament to McHugh. Let's call him McHugh and Cruise's collaboration as director and actor. Like, it was a match made in heaven, personally, for me. And it's fun to see. And then, of course, they stop the train, and then Ethan hang glides off, and that's kind of where we leave the movie at, like a cliffhanger. He leaves Grace with Kittredge, who it's nice to see him back too, because like he has more to do a little bit in this one. And yeah, just that's the cliffhanger. Like he's got to go into that submarine. He's got to go in that submarine and Final Reckoning, and it's gonna happen. And that's Dead Reckoning, basically in a nutshell. A lot of stuff going on there. It's not as good as Fallout, but it's a step up a little bit, but not that much. Basically recapped in a nutshell. Didn't want this to go too long. All of the Mission Impossible movies 1 to 7, and I am very excited for Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, the 8th film in the franchise. I've just been waiting for this for years. I mean, the strikes kind of delayed everything, but we're here. I'm seeing it literally in a week. It's very exciting. I'm excited to see him do these stunts, this underwater stunt, and of course the plane stunt, and whatever else is going to be in the film. I know there are people that are going to be mixed on it for sure. I can already tell that, but at least the third act I hear is mostly positive. But that's all I know, and that's all I'm keeping myself in the dark. I have to make the decision for myself, and so do you. So if you accept this mission, go and see Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. And thank you so much for listening to me spiel about Mission Impossible. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the channel. Greatly appreciate your feedback and your support. And remember, when you go to the movies, bring your buddy and talk about movies and go on missions with them. Until next time, bye.